Part 1.
Vanessa! Well, you know my son and you took pepper spray out on a child. Well, I can't talk to you through the door. Hello. Hi. So, what is this that I heard you have the pepper spray? On my son.
I don't have it on him.
Okay, so there's 10 kids saying that you took out pepper spray on my son.
No, I had it on my side. And when he came up near me, I said, don't touch me. Pepper spray.
So why would you say that touched you? So that's my kid's gonna touch you.
Well, I wasn't sure. He was pretty mad. And he was coming up close to me.
Okay, but why?
Because he was mad about what I said, when he's the one who originally was making mean comments towards me.
Do you know he's a kid? He's 14. Obviously, you have to be of age to have an apartment.
Okay?
So if you have something to say, you can come say it to me, not a 14-year-old and my 9-year-old.
Alright, well, I was actually just making sure those kids were okay because I was hearing that like there were some teenagers like picking on them. So I asked the two boys at Preston Mason, are you okay? And then these two were like the 14-year-old kids. They were like saying like, we got your fucking car on tow because you don't know how to drive it, blah blah blah, and like we're not picking on them, and they were just being like rude as fuck to me for no reason. And they called me racist because I.
So did you call them fucking Mexican?
Because they called me
racist. Okay, no, I didn't say because. Did you or did you not?
I want to talk first because first of all,
there ain't gonna be no talking if you call my son.
You're at my house.
I don't give a fuck. That is my son and he's a minor. Why don't you step to me, bitch?
Why don't you listen for a minute?
I ain't gonna listen. You say that to one of my kids one more time and we're gonna have problems.
Actually, no, because I'm not racist, first of all.
So you call him a fucking Mexican and you're not racist?
He is Mexican.
So?
He looked at me and said,
you're having a conversation with a 14-year-old. You are grown. So if you want to have grown conversations, you can have one with me. I don't care.
Okay, well, we can't have a grown conversation then.
Okay, well then I'll call the cops. Because the next time I come over here, it ain't gonna be nice.
For what? Because he looked.
Because you're fucking pepper spraying and you ain't gonna do shit to me, bitch. So the next time I have a conversation with you, it ain't gonna be nice. So let's.
We're not even.
You can go to your door and you can come back. You say one more word.
Part 2.
Around me.
It's a promise. Say one more thing to my kid or even look at him.
Stupid ass Mexican.
Oh, okay.
Fuck you, stupid ass. Go back to your country. The fuck you want? I did what you told me to do.
You just did that already.
Well, you said say one more thing, so I did.
Okay, then come outside.
No, I'm in my house.
No, come on. Let's go outside.
Why? I'm not trying to go to jail.
Go to jail? What are you gonna go to jail for?
I'm not gonna get in a fight with you. I'm not going to jail.
So you're big and bad to talk. I said, come on, let's step it out outside.
Oh, I am big and bad to talk.
Well, then come outside and back it up then.
Nothing.
Because you're loud with your mouth.
Yeah, and you'll learn to love it.
I ain't gonna love anything.
Then go the fuck home, bitch.
Come outside.
No, I'm good.
Why? Because you're scared?
No, because
you pick on little kids because you're a little pussy ass bitch?
Come
outside
first.
Come outside.
They were fucking rude as fuck to me first.
How old are you? Come outside then.
There's no reason.
Who's the bitch now? Come outside.
There's no reason for them to call me racist.
We can do that here.
Racist.
Come on, let's go on the grass. Let's go on the grass.
Good.
So we don't get blood in your house. Let's go to the fucking grass, you stupid cunt. You want to call a cunt? Fucking show me I'm a cunt. Come to the fucking grass.
You are. You're at my house fucking causing problems. Go
Your
home.
house? You live in an apartment just like me.
So go home.
You can come to the grass.
No.
You're so big and bad to talk to my son. It's not begging. Let's get it done then.
If I'm
a bitch, let's get it done.
If I could even.
So, let me have you sit down so you can listen, so I can tell you a little tea and a story time. So, I am old school with my kids. Like, they say please, they say thank you, they respect their elders. Like, we all sit at the table as a family every night, rain or shine. That is tradition in my family. My children know to never hit a girl. Like, if they're gonna get their ass whooped, I'm gonna stretch first. Like, I'm not raising some grown-ass man to be a baby and have his spouse raise him. Long story short, I've taught my kids also that if an adult is doing something they're not supposed to, that you need to speak up for yourself, but also respect your elders, so it's kind of a fine line. So long story short, I live in... There's more than one person that lives there. Long story short, my kids were on the designated crosswalk to go play basketball like they do every day. So my kids know that they go together. They are not outside past 9 o'clock. Like, they go with their brothers, and they're supposed to look out for one another, and you don't leave each other by themselves. So with that being said, my 14-year-old and my 9-year-old were crossing the crosswalk, and a black Jetta proceeded to speed by, almost hitting my 9-year-old in the townhouse duplex, going very fast. Very, very fast. So when that person got out of the car, my son says, "Hey, you need to slow down and watch out. You almost hit my 9-year-old brother." And she said, "Oh, that would have been a shame. Darn, I missed." So like I said, so she said, proceeded to say, "Oh, darn, I missed. It's not like anybody would ever miss him. He's just another Mexican." So then my son tells her, "Excuse me, what did you say?" When she said, "Yeah, you heard what I said." Proceeded to say nobody would miss it. It'd just be another Mexican. Not a big deal. So then my son says, "I feel sorry for you because you must be uneducated and you're making racial slurs." So then she began to argue, mind you, with a 14-year-old. Then she says, "Oh yeah, well, where's your mom? What are you gonna do about it?" So he said, "I don't need to bring my mom into this. Like, I'm just telling you, that's really rude. We helped you dig your car out of the snow this storm. Don't you remember who I am? But we weren't stupid Mexicans then, right? When we were helping you and you were stuck." And she's like, "Well, that's the least that you can do since you're living in a country that you don't belong. That's what you guys do. That you guys are like the black people that you're supposed to pick all the vegetables and do all this stuff that the white people shouldn't have to do." So then my son says, "All right, well, you want to talk to me like that? Well, then I will get my mom into it," because she pulled out pepper spray on a 14-year-old and a 9-year-old, threatened them in their face. Mind you, this is a grown-ass lady. Like, she's old enough to have an apartment. So then my son goes to get me, and I proceed to confront her, saying, and mind you, there's like 2 other adults outside that seen, and like 12 kids that seen her almost hit my 9-year-old. I go to her apartment, and she's completely denying everything. She's like, "Well, he called me racist, so if he's going to call me one, then I'm going to act like one. So I call him a stupid fucking Mexican to go back." And so mind you, in the part 2, 3, or 4 that this conversation's going out, she admits in the video everything that she said and what she said. And how is everybody like okay with this? Like, at the end of the day, if you're going to be talking grown, talk grown to somebody your own age. Long less the racial slurs. It should be no color. We're here equally. Like, who talks like that? Like, my kids weren't raised to be like that. We're all the same. We love the same. We do everything the same. We're united. Like, it shouldn't matter your sex, your race. Nothing should matter. And nobody should talk to a child like that and not think there's not going to be a bigger